Well, let's dive straight into the debate. What is their issue? Can they keep their egos aside and clean up? And why are they getting, personal with their jibes, the IOA? We've got Murad Ali Khan, Boria Majumdar, Hakimuddin Habibullah, S. Raghunathan, President of the Indian Kayaking Canoeing Association, and also Raninder Singh, President of the National Rifle Association of India. Mr. Raninder Singh, what's the problem with the 183 members of the IOA? Do they not want India back in the Olympic movement?
Yeah, this is a very good question. To put it very frankly, I think they have personal interests that are clouding their judgment at the moment. They need to realize that, if in Kargil a soldier can lay down his life to put a flag up on Tiger Hill, it's that same flag that we're trying to get into the games now and give the athletes their self-respect. And, there is nothing, these are honorific positions, so why should somebody take such a, such stark and intringent sort of attitude to say, no, we will not accept, we will not accept. I mean, the whole world has to live by one standard. It cannot be that India lives by a separate standard and the rest of the globe lives, separately under the IOC.
Mr. Raghunathan, what's your point of view on this? And why is Mr. Abhay Chautala getting personal? Is it right for him to try and question and insult the likes of people who have brought laurels for India? Why is he getting personal with Abhinav Bindra? Why is he getting personal with Jitendra Singh rather than working on cleaning up his own organization?
You have to ask these questions to him. I cannot answer these questions on behalf of him. As far as I am concerned, I am very clear that we have to have a very clear, open and transparent administration in IOA. And as it was mentioned, it has to be accepted all over the world. And India alone cannot be singled out. The rest of the world has different, and India has a different standard. It's not acceptable. But what is acceptable is definitely that we have to have open and transparent and clean administration.
Don't agree with you, Mr. Raghunathan. I don't think Boria Majumdar agrees with you either. Boria, do you agree? Is it a different standard that's being set, or is it just the Olympic Charter that the IOA is being asked to follow?
No, there is no Olympic.
Anand, firstly, I am very sorry that...
Anyway.
Mr. Raghunathan, please allow me to ask you two straight questions and then please answer. But before that, Anand, I am actually very sorry that Abhay Chautala left us. He said one interesting thing. Abhinav ko khelne do, wo politics kyun kar raha hai? Abhay Chautala ko politics karne do, wo khel mein kyun aa raha hai? Simple story. That is his job as a politician. Let him not come to sport and corrupt it. Simple. But the point is here, the point is very simple. Two questions, Mr. Raghunathan. You just said, as Raninder did, that there should not be a case of double standard. Why are you not telling that to Mr. Abhay Chautala on his face? You were there in that IOA meeting on the 25th when the IOC let down that clause. Why did you not tell Abhay Chautala and the entire house? Raninder, I know, was thrown out of that meeting, but you were there. Why didn't you tell them that we have to accept this charges frame clause because otherwise our athletes will suffer? Why are you allowing them to place self-interest over national interest? Why are you playing this game of double standards?
Where is the double standard game? In the House, the majority has decided. And what do you know that what we have been discussing? We have groups, we have been discussing.
Did you record your dissent?
We have been discussing.
Did you record your dissent?
Yes.
No, did you record your dissent?
No, why should
Did you record your dissent? What you are just saying on air.
Matter?
Did you say that in the House?
No.
Did you say that in the House?
No, I'm not. I was chairing the House, if you recollect. I am the chairman of, I was elected
Precisely.
to chair
So
the House.
As chair, don't you have a certain responsibility?
I was.
Exactly. So as chair, you have a certain responsibility towards us.
And with the same, responsibility, I am telling you, merely shouting, we are not going to arrive at a solution. But please listen to me. I have the same responsibility.
So what's the solution?
As you have, and I want. The solution has to be found out. Again, now, you see, earlier, IOC gave an opportunity to us to discuss with them, to give our views. We conveyed, the House conveyed its views. The IOC representatives understood the view and went and discussed with the executive body. Now, they have come with
Mr. Raghunathan, the IOC's
so it has to be discussed.
Mr. Raghunathan, the IOC's letter as of yesterday night...
Anand, this is again diversionary tactics.
Yeah, exactly.
Now the thing has moved. Anand, it is again diversionary tactics. Now the thing has moved. Yesterday's letter categorically rejects the compromise formula.
Exactly, that's what I was coming to.
Don't teach us the difference between charge sheeted and charges free.
That's what I'm...
Now what? Can you please tell us? The country wants to know. Please tell us, what will you do? Will you accept? Will you not accept?
In a letter to the IOA before the AGM, the IOC stated precisely
Mr. Raghunathan,
I can't speak.
Mr. Raghunathan,
Yes, Mr. Ranindra
Sir, you have a personal
the whole
stand.
House has to.
Sir,
Mr.
you have a
Raghunathan,
personal
Boria, just
stand.
wait.
Tell us what you feel.
We've got Mr.
sorry, I'm
Raninder
not
Singh
able to
joining
hear
us
by
from
shouting.
via Skype from Chair. He was saying something. Yes, Mr. Singh, and then I'll come to you, Mr. Raghunathan.
Let's go back to 2 or 3 days before the AGM was held, this last meeting of the suspended IOA. A letter was received by the suspended IOA through its acting president from the IOC saying these 2 specific clauses have to be there on ethics and on terms and term and tenure. I mean, how can you today say that? I mean, this is despite the fact that you've been to the IOC in Lausanne, met with them, etc., etc. And after that, you're now saying that we did not know, so therefore we are now telling them this is the view of the House. This
No. I
is
never said that.
I
Sorry, I never said that.
This is an absurd
What I
argument.
said
This is not-
was that we had a discussion at the Lausanne, and
There was
then
no
they
discussion.
sent, they asked
Anyone
our
who had
view.
a dissenting
They
voice, you
came
got rid of
here,
from that House in a
and the
most
General
unceremonious,
Assembly, please
dignified
listen to
manner.
me.
Boria, just wait.
Listen to me
Mr.
out
Raninder
and
Singh,
explain
Mr.
to you.
Raghunathan is offering, he's speaking. Let's listen to him. Yes, Mr. Raghunathan, what's your counter?
Yes. You see, the representatives came from IOC. The General Assembly took a decision. They participated and they watched what was the decision, and then they went back. We communicated the decision of the General Assembly, and the executive body did not agree to that decision. They have communicated back to us, and it will be discussed again in the General Assembly. Solution will be found out. I am not saying
The solution
that
is
the
very
solution
simple,
will not
isn't
be
it, Mr.
found out. Or am I?
Yes, Ankit.
Let me complete. Am I at this point is saying
what
that
amicable
we should
solution are
reject
you looking
IOC?
forward
I never
to?
said that.
The IOC has made it
we
very
will,
clear.
we
There is a
will,
deadline.
we will.
There is a deadline by the
You
sports
should-
minister as
you
well.
should-
Let's
you
get to the
should
sportsmen here.
suspend the
Let's get to the
deadline
view from the sports
is-
persons who are representing this particular panel. Murad Ali Khan is on our show, as well as Hakimuddin Habibullah from Bangalore. Mr. Khan, Mr. Murad Ali Khan, don't you think, irrespective of this, discourse that is taking place at this moment, there is a strong need for a cleanup immediately and now?
Anand, there is not going to be any change as far as IOA's position is concerned. Mr. Raghunathan lost, I think, the biggest chance of his life to allow the Indian athletes
No. I'm sorry. It is not yet over.
to actually participate under the Indian flag at... Mr. Raghunathan, when you were speaking, I did not interrupt. Please don't interrupt when I'm speaking. Just listen to me now. The Indian athletes need to participate under the Indian flag. He had that opportunity. He did not utilize it. Today the situation is that there cannot be a solution by the IOA at all in this matter. The only solution will be an ad hoc committee, because the same people who are going to be sitting to vote again will never cast votes to say that remove us from taking part in the Olympic movement.
Exactly.
And as Boria put it very correctly, if the lines have to be divided between politicians and sportspersons, then I think the politicians should do their job and the sportsperson can do their job. And it's not that there's lack of administrators among sportspersons who can run the sports or who can see that India is given the right opportunity at the right time.
Well said.
The solution is only an ad hoc committee. You can have as many general assemblies as you want. You can have as many letters exchanged with the IOC on this matter. There is nothing going to happen except if there is an ad hoc committee
Mr.
formed
Habibullah?
by the sports ministry or the IOC to get to the bottom of it and actually get India back into
Mr. Habibullah, do you
Olympic fold
think that an ad hoc
from
committee
scratch.
is the only option
on
ahead?
the issue of Abhinav Bindra and this personal attack that the suspended IOA president has made on him? I'm his federation president and I really am itching to say something on it, and I would be grateful if I'm given an opportunity.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, Ranil.
Okay, look, I have today seen the statement by Mr. Chautala attacking India's first and only individual gold medalist. He is a member of the ISSF Athletes Commission. That is our international federation that administers sports for the IOC. He has also been used by the IOC in various official forums. Now, if a gentleman like him, who has given so much to the sport, and is not a political person as far as sports administration goes, he's a professional by any standard. If he is attacked, and you turn around and you attack his father, and you say his father has had this case or that case, so he should throw him out of his house or he should leave his house. Well, you know, we can all talk about other people's fathers. I mean, these are people who live in glass houses and are throwing bricks. I mean, they will be left red-faced if we start talking about their fathers. I mean, you know, let's have a discourse at a level. This is absolutely the
well, fathers, brothers, a lot of people in the family actually.
Shallow and despicable kind of debate. That this is the kind of a debate one would hear at the lowest levels of social discourse. I mean, this is absolutely
and the question, Mr. Raninder Singh, is why is Abhay Chautala resorting to that? Why is he resorting to that? Hakim, Boria, I'll come to you. We'll just bring in Hakimuddin Habibullah and I'll come back to you.
He wants to lash out. He wants to lash out at the fact and display. He's displaying frustration. Now he has tried to force feed the IOC certain issues on ethics and on term and tenure. They have said, we are very sorry, we are not having it. You want to work with us, you work the same way the world works. The ethics issues are a part of the code of ethics that are part of the Olympic Charter. They are not saying something special for India. It is applicable globally. India has to fall in. India has to fall in. In line with
Mr. Raninder Singh, that is the whole problem. No.
You cannot have a United Nations.
Mr. Raninder Singh, Mr. Raghunathan, this entire discourse that is taking place, and
there has to be one simple standard for
I'm sure Boria will agree with this. Boria, this entire discourse that takes place. Boria, this entire discourse that takes place between Mr. Raghunathan, Mr. Raninder Singh, Abhay Chautala, it's an old system. It's a system that needs to go. It's a system that has been infested by politicians. It's got nothing to do with sports.
This is absolutely unacceptable. Every single shooter in the country.
Sanketan Anand, you know, can you ask one question of Mr. Raghunathan? Mr. Raghunathan was in the chair.
Okay.
Now he has seen the IOC letter of yesterday. Mr. Raghunathan, a direct question to you. I want a direct answer, please, sir. You have seen the letter. What is your stand? Don't tell me the House. There is an opinion that you have, right? What is your opinion? Will you now say that the IOC's stand is correct and you will agree? Don't tell me what the House will think. What do you think?
You know, I would not talk about IOC stand. I am very clear that we have to have very clean, open, transparent administration. There is no doubt about it. And
sir, will you agree with the IOC, yes or no? Sir, let me wait. Will you agree with the IOC, yes or no? Sir, don't start the question. Sir, don't start the question, sir, please. I beg of you. Tell me, do you agree with the IOC, yes or no?
I'm sorry.
Don't tell me anything else.
I will
do you agree with the IOC?
Boria, let's listen to what Mr. Raghunathan has to say.